Welcome back, everyone, to another incredible episode of Chat with Dan here for today on the show. What can I say? We're having an incredible evening. Best way to start up an evening and the best way to finish up an epic day because we have in the show the incredible, the amazing, the badass, the superstar, the legendary, the one and only, the incredible Maura. Maura, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. What better way to have an incredible, super badass evening than to be chatting with someone as badass as you?
Thank you. Likewise.
Absolutely. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow button in the description below. You're gonna find all of Mara's social media. Let's follow her, let's share some love, and let's find out why she's super badass. We're on a mission right now, right? And without furthermore, let's jump in. So, I want to start this whole conversation by throwing out the very first question, which is when you first stepped into acting, tell me, what do you think it would give you, and what has it given you?
I started acting when I was really little, and I think I was searching for immersing myself in these worlds that I couldn't access in reality, and these characters I couldn't be in reality. And it has done that. And I very successfully have been able to do that my whole career, my whole life acting. Yeah.
Tell me, back when you started, what were some of the, I would say, first challenges you had as you were making it into a pro career somehow?
Transitioning into like being a professional was I had kind of an unusual path. I went to school for opera and I really thought I was going to be an opera singer. And it took a long time for me to break up with the idea of becoming an opera singer. And I had always felt kind of called to be an actor but it felt like such an impossible career to pursue that I was not almost comfortable stepping in full force. But once I did, it just happened. But yeah, it was a windy road to get there.
Have you found that playing characters sometimes reveals truth about yourself that maybe somehow at that point you were not ready to face?
Yes, yes. This past year especially, I've played a lot of villains, and they're really fun. But something that's a little scary about playing villains is when you're in character, you're reading something on the page, and you're like, "This feels really good. this this is I'm really vibing with this. I like doing this. This feels right." But it's okay. We kind of take in the things that we learn about ourselves along the way, and it's just information. And then what we do with that information is up to us. So yeah.
I'll take it for sure. But tell me, now that you mentioned, right, that you have played villains, what are some of those villainous moments that you have, kind of discovered about yourself somehow?
I think something which might not be a bad thing, but I think as women, we are conditioned to kind of play the game in social situations and not be too loud, too brash, too sexy. We can't be too much. And playing a lot of female villains, there is permission to be too much, and it feels really good a lot of the time. And I really love stepping into that too muchness and um yeah, playing with those colors is
Okay.
really fun.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'll take it. Sounds badass. You're giving me already this kind of vibes why you're badass, you're saying.
Yes, yes. The more badass, the better.
There you go. I'll take it. And
Yeah.
at this point, what has been some of the harder moments that you had to encounter, on your career?
Yeah, well, the flip side, there are these badass moments being a villain where you feel in control of the situation and dangerous. But there are also times I've been on set where I've had to do something it's very painful to be a part of. For example, I just finished a shoot where I was a high school bully, and I was bullying the main character. We were humiliating her. We were trying to strip her, and we were filming her and streaming it to the whole school. And you read that on the page and you go, "Oh, it's not great." But when you are in the room with that person and it feels really real and you're really doing the motions, it's really hard to be in that space and to be doing that towards another person. That being said, that's why I think it's important to feel safe on set and have a good communication with your fellow actors so that when it's all done, there's this moment of, we're okay. We got through this. But it's really hard. Really hard.
Yeah, I bet it is. Especially when you're kind of touching topics that that in this day and age, it's something that happens, and sometimes can happen even worse. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I can understand that. Now, do you think the pursuit of recognition changes an actor's relationship with their craft?
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think as from speaking for myself, when I have started to feel I'm getting more recognition, it's just prompted me to dig deeper with my work and take it even more seriously because the stakes are higher. You just know more people have their eyes on you, more people are watching. With that ammo behind you, you have the opportunity to just go, I really want to put my best foot forward. It is tricky with acting because on one hand, you just want to focus on your craft and becoming the best actor you can be, but with the whole element of social media right now and being recognized in that way, that feels like a totally different job than acting, and that can feel icky sometimes. It is tough to balance two very different things for sure. But ultimately, recognition, I think, for me, has made me better.
All right. How do you protect your own identity when you're constantly slipping into the lives of others?
I feel very grounded in myself. I've never felt at risk of losing myself within a character. But that being said, I take my health very seriously. I take my relationships with my family and my friends very seriously. Mental, physical, spiritual, all of that. When I'm not working, that is my job. So, and I think having a good base for who I am outside of my work is crucial to being successful in that way.
What is that song would you say that could describe you?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe maybe Survivor by Destiny's Child. I
Okay.
I or yeah, just I will survive, like, the way I have felt is it's been a long road, and I have just never given up, and I've kept going, so anything that's got that power anthem of, like, "I'm just gonna keep going," is me. But Destiny's Child is being called to me right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's a classic. That's catchy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good song, by the way. I like it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Now, what part of humanity do you hope your work reflects?
Just truth. Honestly, I think as I said, I'm not always playing the nicest people. And I'm sometimes playing scary people, dangerous people, but my goal is to always be true. And even if those are uncomfortable truths about us as a species, if I'm being honest about it, I feel like I've done my job.
I'll take it for sure. All right. Do you think an actor's greatest performance is one that entertains, one that heals, or one that makes people, uncomfortable?
I think there's a case for all three of those. Probably an actor's greatest performance is one that heals, but I do want to shout out entertains because I don't think as a culture or as a community we give enough credit to performances that are just really entertaining. Like, I mean, it's Halloween right now, and I'm thinking about like Bette Midler and Hocus Pocus. It's such a good performance, and there's so many like Rachel McAdams and Mean Girls. It's a brilliant performance, but we just don't have a space to honor really entertaining performances like that. So I wish there was something that existed so we could just like give credit to those performances as well.
Okay. What are some of the things that you usually do when you're on Halloween? Is there like a specific
Oh,
activity or like what is your thing usually?
I the whole season is kind of my season. So I'm always baking pumpkin goods. I am carving pumpkins. I dress up every year. I usually throw a party. I'm not this year, but I'm making spooky recipes. It just my time arrives in the fall. I am one
Okay.
of those girls.
I like it. That's pretty cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. And, I think it makes it also special because Christmas is around the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
This whole last quarter of the year, I'm just like in my
ready to
element.
go. Mm,
Yeah.
okay. That's like more badass, just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, what is the cost of vulnerability? Not just in front of the camera, but in life.
To be honest with you, I think the cost of vulnerability is high. And as an actor, it's probably one of my biggest struggles, or something that I have to constantly be focused on. In life, it's the same thing. It is something that feels dangerous and scary, and I think we can all feel that on some level. And I do think with vulnerability, there needs to be a space where it is okay to feel vulnerable. And that's why, again, like having a set where the crew and the cast are trustworthy and able to hold that is very important. And in life, the people you're choosing to be vulnerable with, it there's a cost to that, and you can't I don't think you can't just be vulnerable with anybody. I think you have to be discerning about who you're vulnerable with.
Mm. And do you think that somehow is something you learn with time?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you could whisper something to the version of yourself when you were recently starting out, what would it be?
I would say don't give up, but also I would say don't when you're hearing a voice within yourself to pivot a little bit, just do it. Don't take so long and fret, is this right? Is this wrong? If you're being told to pivot and you know inside you should, do it.
All right. Do you believe your art will outlive you? And if so, what do you hope it says?
I guess, I mean, with the existence of the internet, it's not even something I honestly thought about that it will, as long as the internet is around, I guess my art is going to be around. And the only thing I could really hope for is that people look at it and go, she really went for it. I think
Yeah.
that that should no crumbs left on the table. She really went for it.
I mean, at the end, that is what it's all about, right? To actually give your best to it, you know? So I get it because at the end, you want to, right? Show that you gave your 100% always. And at the same time, that is somehow inspirational for future generations, you know, for the fact that they can see someone as you who gave it all to somewhat to something that she was passionate about. You know what I mean? So
Totally. Yeah, I think there's no point in doing anything in life halfway. Just gotta 100%.
totally, totally. But tell me, back when you were little, was there something else you wanted to be when you were thinking about to becoming something as an adult, or was it 100% always acting?
It started as acting and then it morphed into opera. And which I think there's acting is a huge part of opera. But that got confusing for a couple of years because I think at the end of the day I really just wanted to be an actor, but opera was a very glamorous world. It was a very old world with a lot of history behind it, and getting swooped up in that was hard to say goodbye to. And I mean, I still have my voice and I still sing, and it's a part of me and my journey. But deciding not to be an opera singer was tough.
No, I bet it was. I'll
Yeah.
take it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, switching to our next section, speed round questions, yes, no, or pass. Super simple. Gonna ask you a couple of questions in which you can only answer yes, no, or pass. You
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Cool. So, do you believe every role changes you?
Yes.
Have you ever turned down a role you still think about?
No.
Do you think rejection is a gift?
Yes.
Is acting more about truth than talent?
Uh, no.
Okay. All right. Is starting small underrated?
Yes.
Have you ever felt more at home in a character than in your own skin?
Yes.
Do you believe success without pain exists?
Yes.
All right. Have you ever considered leaving acting behind?
Yes.
Do you think the world still values great storytelling over quick entertainment?
Yes.
Do you believe patience is more valuable than a speed in a creative career?
Yes.
And a bonus question, can you cry on cue?
I there's a very specific song I need to listen to get me there, so I don't think that counts.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And before wrapping up, tell me if this conversation, right, was the last time you ever spoke about your craft, what would you want to leave behind in people's hearts?
Hmm. Um, I would say that acting I had a really amazing acting teacher who sadly passed a couple years ago, and he would always say, "Acting is fun." And I really take that into everything that I do. And it's also a practice. It is a lifelong journey that is very worth pursuing and strengthening every day.
Okay. And in general, like what motivates you? You know, we all have those days that basically we just want to quit. It's inevitable, happens to all of us. So how you stay positive on, one of those awkward days, let's say.
It kind of goes back to this inner knowing of like, there is something within me that says I am on the right path even when I have bad days. Um, and I have been on the wrong path and known I'm on the wrong path and not listened to that voice. And as I have gotten older and more deep into my career, I'm just constantly strengthening my relationship with that voice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, it's challenging, right? And I mean, I do think that it's sometimes easier said than done. I mean, you can't be 100% motivated, but I do
No.
think that sometimes it's in those moments, right? It's like sometimes it happens, these moments in which you have to be motivated 100% in order to continue pursuing it. I do take them as kind of challenges that life will be throwing you to see if you're still interested or if it is something you actually want to pursue. Or,
Yeah.
maybe you should pursue something else. So that's fine. It doesn't have to be, uh, that's just life sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And you get just as much out of failures and rejections as you do um successes. I mean, it sounds cliche, but it's really true. And the more failures you can accumulate and pick up, I think you just get stronger and then it doesn't hurt as bad. But you have to
totally.
kind of rack up those failures.
Absolutely. But tell me, how are you able to handle the rejections and failures? Now that you mentioned that.
I do think it's a reps game as far as like when you're just starting out and you're getting rejection, failure after failure, it feels so heavy and it feels so personal. But the more of those you can build up and get behind you, they just don't have the same weight anymore. And then you start getting the successes and then it doesn't feel as heavy anymore because then you start to learn it's not really that personal or it's usually never personal. Very rarely is it. And if it's personal, it's weird. It's you just have to collect those failures. And then they just don't hurt as bad anymore.
My final question here, so we
Mhm.
can all relax and enjoy after an epic chat. Tell me, what do you think that could be the best title for this episode?
I'm a survivor by Destiny's Child. Maybe I'm gonna have to go listen to that song after this. It's
Sounds
been
like
too
a plan.
long.
All
I'm a
right.
survivor.
So you want that to be the title? I'm a survivor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that, or like Survivor or something. Yeah, I don't hate that.
What about surviving and acting?
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Shall we?
Yeah,
Yeah, like that.
yeah, I like
All
that.
right.
Yeah,
That sounds like a franchise. Who knows? Just saying.
yeah,
You know. And
right.
at the end, what can I say? The fact that you do, yeah, the fact that you're pursuing it, something that makes you happy, that's already badass enough, right? Because we all know how complicated sometimes can be, and especially when you're building something out of scratch, it's tends to be scary and overwhelming sometimes, but you're making it happen. And I think that is amazing because you're not also showing that, yeah, you're not also giving us cool stories, cool characters. You're also showing that dreams can come true. And I think that kind of positivity around it is something we desperately need right now, especially in this crazy day and era. The fact that the fact that we can rely on people like you who are just showing us things like this, that is so amazing. And now we discover why you're badass. So
Thank
there
you.
you go.
That means a lot. Thank you. You are also a badass, and it was really
Thank
nice
you.
talking to you. These are very deep questions. I had to really like sit down and really get deep with it. So thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to reflect on that.
Absolutely. Now, I do want to thank also those who stayed the whole episode. Let us know what you think in the comments below. But by this point, come on. We know why Maura is super badass. Let's make her viral. Hashtag Team Maura. And again, thank you for making this happen. Keep shining out there. Keep kicking ass. And I'll definitely be seeing you in the next one.